after doing Tantra for a long time, I understood that I started to have some healing abilities. Like I feel the energy, I can put the energy flows through my hands. Connection to the nature is so important for me because it's our source of energy. And after all these practices and practice of Tantra, now I see how I can connect with the nature, like with the Mother Earth, with the sea, with the fire, and waterfalls, and they all can give us lots of energy.
Welcome to this new episode, and today I am here with Marina. How are you, Marina?
I'm very well. Hello.
Thank you. So Marina is a body-oriented therapist with different modalities. So it's very interesting to learn more about your background and your work. So Marina, first I'd like to ask you, what is your story in life?
Actually, at first I began to be interested in psychology because I wanted to solve my own problems, as a lot of people started to do it. Because in my childhood I was living with my granny. Actually, my parents left me several times when I was very, very small, about maybe 1 year old and 2 years old, like it happened twice. But then I was living with my granny, and when I was studying at school, I started to be a victim of bullying, because I was not able to protect myself, and I think I had some psychological difficulties because of my family problems. And then after finishing school, I understood that of course I need to do something with it, and I started to visit different kind of psychological trainings. I started from something that was like Life Spring, and it helped me a little bit, and I became more sociable. I started to make some friends, but then I understood that there are really deeper roots of different kinds of problems, symptoms of behavior, and I started to study psychology. Actually, I was also motivated by the grief which I had after I lost my mom. She was in really deep depression, and she had some problems with alcohol, but I tried to help her, but it was not possible then. And after she died, I was studying in the pedagogical university, but I decided to change it, and I just left this university and went to St. Petersburg. I lived in Moscow. I went to St. Petersburg to study their existential psychology.
Wow.
Yeah, and I went there for some seminars several times a year, and it was quite deep, and it helped me to heal myself also, and I released a lot of feelings, and I understood that it's really important, that psychotherapy is really important. I started to have my own psychotherapy, which I really needed at that time, and it was really very challenging and painful, but I went through it, and it was easy and easy. And then I understood that maybe it's not enough to change the emotional state, because we also have our body, and in existential psychology we were working more with the mind and with feelings too. And I was interested in Osho meditations. I started to do dynamic meditation. I was doing it every day, and I saw that it really helps me very well to be more relaxed in my body and in my feelings, and of course I felt really energized after it, and I understood that it can be also the way, and I decided that it's really great to find some way to combine psychotherapy and working with body, and I tried a lot of different kinds of things because I tried to explore everything that was new for me. And that time somebody from our Osho community told something about Tantra, and I think I was really lucky because I started my Tantra experience with a very good master, Hari Prem. His name is Hari Prem, so he went to Moscow, he had seminar, and it was really gentle heart opening and very really high level, and it was deep meditative. Yeah, we did a lot of meditations, different kinds of breathing techniques, so I saw that it can change the inner state, and then I started to visit different kinds of seminars of other masters. They were really they had different approaches of Tantra, but I see that Tantra, it's more like some people really think that it's about only sex, like having fun, but really it's like deep healing process at first, and it can help you, and it can even be like a part of therapy. Of course, it's better to combine. But on tantric seminars, we just go to the core of our personality, where we are just love, and where our needs to be loved are satisfied, because people can receive and give a lot of love on the seminars, and that's really the main thing that we need. And after it, people just start to have this experience that can change their life, because when they understood that, oh, it can be different now, they start to be reborn again after they received so much love maybe they've never had before.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing. I mean, your journey is already very interesting. There are so many elements to it. First of all, with existentialism, there's psychological and philosophical aspects. And I've been reading Kierkegaard a little bit. I've been reading Maslow. There's so much in existentialism already, And then from there, moving on to the Osho. Osho, of course, I resonate very much as well. I've been to the ashram in Pune. I've been to an ashram in Kathmandu, in Nepal, and I feel Osho teachings are very, very good indeed, because they mix different aspects, including the body and the dynamism of the body, the movements. But Osho there's so much to it, And then you keep on going and learning and developing, and then finding the tantric aspects of healing as well. And now you can combine many different things, obviously. But it's so challenging. So as a child, you were really abandoned a couple of times.
Yeah, I was really lonely. Yeah, I was just alone. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, that's really a tough way to start life. And do you think this sort of early life experience is what propelled you into becoming a healer, a teacher later in life?
Yes, I think it was one of my main motivation, because of course I had so many pain that I wanted to heal it so much that I started to do so many things. I just tried to use all the ways to learn everything that can help me. Yeah.
For sure. And so after learning Tantra, I also know that you are an osteopath now. Is that right?
Yes.
So you delved into the body mechanics more and more. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
After doing Tantra for a long time, I understood that I started to have some healing abilities. I feel the energy, I can put the energy flows through my hands, and people can feel really great after it. Maybe they can just don't have pain that they had before. And I decided to learn more about healing, and osteopathy is natural way how to heal our body. So for me, it's really not mechanical at all, but for me it's although when I work together with all the person, his emotions, his body, but in a very gentle way. Yeah. So I like it because it's really very gentle, and it's I listen to the body very carefully, and I allow all the processes that are ready to happen. Yeah. Just invite it. Yeah. So after it I studied osteopathy, and also because I want like to heal myself, and I saw that I had different kinds of symptoms, different kinds of pains just immediately, maybe even after one session, and then I started to learn more about it, and now I see that yes, it's a kind of science, of course. We learned a lot of anatomy there, but the main idea is to be attentive and to feel like the resonance with the body, and to help a client to go in this meditative state where he will be like really relaxed.
Yes. Okay. So you're saying the intuition part is very important, not just the techniques, obviously. And because of your background in Tantra, you developed this way of feeling that can be used now for any kind of modality that you apply, right? Absolutely. And okay, so if you have a session with someone, typically you already go with one modality or another, or you just have a chat with them and then apply different, because you are, of course, you can do psychology, you can do osteopathy, you can do meditations, you can do Tantra. So it's a big toolkit with different kind of modalities. How do you choose going with one or the other? Or do you combine them all?
Of course I combine, and it depends on the client and of his response. So some people really have some pain somewhere, they need to heal it. Yeah, some people also come to me for tantric massage because they want like to be more sensitive and to be connected more with their energy. So at first it depends on what kind of service the client want to have, and then it depends on the clients, because some people, they are really so strong in the mind that it will be really difficult with them, like to do maybe past life regressions. So maybe, but osteopathy, it will be great. So maybe people don't want like really have resistance to connect with their emotions. So psychotherapy will be like not so deep when we were just talking, but if I will go through the body, I can heal something, and the person maybe even not understand why it happened, and he didn't need. Yeah. So if the person is connected with his emotions and he wants to share something, for example, oh, now I feel like I had this tension in my body since I was 6 years old when I had this kind of trauma. Of course, it's very important if he shares it, and I will work with it. Yeah. But it depends on the mind of consciousness. If the person understands why he has this or that problem or that in his body, he can share and we can work. Yeah. And even we can do past life regression on the session of osteopathy too. Sometimes it happens.
Amazing.
If the person is ready. So we can go as deep as the client will be ready to go, and no tension, just if he is naturally open for it.
So tell us a little bit more about past life regressions.
I learned it in Russia also, online and offline. There is some online university which called Reincarnationix, and we did it lots of times, and we were practicing with each other, and I saw that it's kind of thing that can like also change my life and have like real results in my life. And what we usually do, we do some kind of meditation, and after this meditation the client will be really relaxed and he will be able to see some visions that will come. Yeah. But I can't say that it's possible with everybody, not with everybody, only when the person like everywhere is open for it, not afraid to lose control for some time and see what will come. Yeah. But when you do it more and more, you become like more qualified, and you can see more past lives and more visions, and a lot of things will come. Yeah. So yeah, actually, of course, we don't have like only body, and for me it was also always interested what happened after death, and usually during these regressions we see what happened after death, and after it we go to the source of love and energy, and it's also a very healing, great experience, because you feel like you are connected to the universe again, and you can take this resource from regression into your life and feel like this in your life. That's what's important.
Wow.
The regression therapy can be very good to resource yourself, to take some states of emotional states that you lack of in your life, and use them, like feeling of being abandoned, feeling to be loved, of any kind of things. Yeah.
Okay, so it's fascinating indeed. And do people need to believe in past lives to do past life regression?
No.
Because it's some sort of psychological sort of therapy anyway, right? So it's the visions that come to you, the memories could be related to past lives or could just be related to your subconscious in a way or another. Is that correct?
Yes, really it can be different, and people don't need to believe in past lives to have this journey, but they need to be open to this experience. Yeah. Actually, there are different kinds of books which I also studied about past lives. There are some proofs that they really exist, yeah. And what about my own regressions? I always tried to find some proofs at first, yeah. But in my university, they also said, okay, just it doesn't important. What is important, like your experience which you have. But even in this session, I tried to heal my throat, and I did it. And the result that I healed it, that's important.
That's what matters, right?
Yes.
Result-oriented therapy for sure. Yeah. And what is very interesting as well is how you explain that people have some sort of resistance sometimes. They have to let go, sort of like surrender to the practice almost. Same with meditation, isn't it? Like I sometimes explain to people what is meditation, and they try, but then they're kind of afraid, so there's some sort of switch or some door that metaphorically you open to get into an altered state of consciousness that allows you to have these visions or allow you to really meditate. And people get very close to this switch, this kind of a door, and then they don't open it because maybe the ego doesn't want to let go.
Yeah, sometimes people have a lot of fear and they have some resistance about it. So I have different kinds of meditation to do it, and if person can't see anything, he is not allowed himself to see, we can work with different kinds of information. We can just observe what's happening in the body, and I ask a lot of different kinds of questions. For example, what maybe you see just nothing that is like darkness, but what does this darkness look like? And after a person starts to describe this darkness, he can go straight into the vision of something. And all these questions really help. And if we can't go into some past lives, we can work with this life. It's okay. So it will also have the result.
I would like to speak with you about existentialism, because it's something that I am particularly focusing on right now, but maybe we can do it after the interview. I remember very recently we were in a common, in a communal table for a Christmas event. And it was very funny because we were having jokes and you had lots of sense of humor. And you felt you were very empowered that night. And if I think of your background, as you tell me, that you were maybe more shy or more, you were bullied even at school. Yeah. I see the way I kind of related to you just 10 days ago was really different from a person that is the victim of being bullied, and somebody may be shy or introverted. You seem very empowered, so to speak. So that's quite something. But tell us a little bit more about your plans. First of all, why do you like kohphangan?
I like kohphangan because really I can find here a lot of things in the same place. Yeah? I like different kinds of workshops, and there are lots of interesting people, and also my colleagues too. And people are really very open here. So for them, it's normal to hug each other, so different from the society. People really try to support each other, try to do their best to share something that they can do. So it's really nice to live in such community. And of course, I like the sea, and I like to be really close to the nature, and to have this nice community to spend time with, and different kinds of events. There are also lots of tantric workshops, lots of different kinds of body oriented workshops, dancing and so on. And connection to the nature is so important for me because it's our source of energy. And after all these practices and practice of Tantra, now I see how I can connect with the nature, with the Mother Earth, with the sea, with the fire, and waterfalls, and they all can give us lots of energy if we allow ourselves to receive it.
It's wonderful, right? And with regards to like plans and projects, I mean, do you have any long-term plan or projects, or you just live life day to day, doing your therapies and just enjoying nature and life?
Okay, I think both. Of course, I live in the present moment, yeah? And I work with clients also, and now I'm assisting on tantric seminar of my favorite master, who actually comes from Russia, and he comes here quite often. So sometimes I participate in such kind of events, yeah. And I'm thinking about organizing some workshops for a group, yeah, because working individually it's really very effective when I can help just one person, but working in the group it can be like more fun, more interesting, and more problems about socialization, communication. Yeah.
Very nice. And this gentleman, your tantric teacher, is he comes and he teaches in English or in Russian?
In Russian.
In Russian. Okay. Marina, thank you very much for sharing your gifts and your story in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you.